All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to our amphitheater here. Today what we're going to do is just review our compare-contrast essay. You'll see up on the board I have the two different ways that we can split the criteria and the items into our essay structure. If we notice over here on the left, we have the splitting by criteria. And as you can see, we have A1, B1, 1 being the first criteria, A2, B2, 2 being the second, and A3, B3, B being the third. Remember, we said if we're talking about, the iPhone or Android, and they would be our items, and the criteria would be something like hardware, software usability. Let me get down here a little closer. Actually, get at the podium here. All right. Now I'm up here at the screen. The next way we did it was, as you can see, by item. So we have A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. So A, again, would be the iPhone, B would be the Android phone, and then 1, 2, and 3 would still be hardware, software, and usability. Does anyone want to share their items and criteria or have any questions about them? Oh, Victor, you want to go ahead and let us hear yours?
So comparing between subclasses of the main class, cleric and or sorcerer, clerics have always been one of the more prominent considered support classes within their life domain subclass. In this current edition of Dungeons & Dragons, sorcerers were introduced a subclass known as Divine Soul, which actually rivals what's been the top dog support class for a while. And the criteria of which I'm breaking them down on are survivability, utility, and roleplay value.
Oh, they sound good. And remember, we could put it in any one of the structure that we have up there. Anyone else want to share? That was good. Henry, do you have yours?
Yeah, so I'm comparing two different knives in a very similar class, so I had to find slight differences to compare. So I'm looking at the overall durability, so looking at the edge retention and things like that, and the ease of use for the user, so how the handle is like ergonomically set up and little differences there, and the overall price of each one. So I'm looking at it through the eyes of if you were a professional line cook trying to go buy a knife for use in a kitchen, which points work better for your use.
Oh, okay, great. Sounds like everybody's on the right track. We heard a little bit about them the other day. We're going to get into our group meeting rooms here shortly so that you can do your peer review in your little conference rooms. Come back and look at the view, the water, and everything we have back here, and let's just move around for a couple minutes to get used to it.
So, could there be a facial hair option? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I could plug that in, later when, once we get into it a little heavier.
Yeah, I think especially if we were able to add in the VR type of thing, it could really be like kind of in the classroom. It would definitely make a big difference.
If you look up at the top right, you should have a little looks like a viewer there with two eyes. If you click on that, it puts it in VR mode. If you're on your phone, you just take your phone, and we'll try this later, but you can hit this on your phone, and you put it in a set of goggles like this, and you just slide your phone in, and then you can see everything in VR and maneuver around in there like that. But you can also do it on a PC, probably through other headsets as well. Well, let's go ahead. Y'all can back out of this now. Let's get back in teams, and we'll work on getting everybody in their conference rooms. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm doing traditional learning and remote learning.
Oh, sweet.
And the similarities between those, because the pandemic we're going through had a shift on our education, how we are doing things now. Originally, I was doing big cities and villages, but I couldn't find as much similarities to that, so I had to change it last minute.
In the chat, just comparing the two knives.
What are the knives?
Hinkle started around the 1700s. Gustav around the 1800s. Both from the same city in Germany.
Oh yeah, there we go. And it's a way in 3 dimensions. If you have 4 boards in a room, you could put all your stuff up there, and people could actually look around and see it. I think that's really beneficial.